It cracks me up how there's all these sexual Puritans on the left wing these days. Like, they'll rattle on and rail you for, like, your sexual thing that might be a little different. Like, maybe they're sexual Puritans against you wanting to date women 20 years younger than you, or younger men, or black people when you're white, or something, or it's never like, on the left, it's never like, fuck the gay people. It's more like, fuck older men, they're all a bunch of creeps, or fuck age gappers, because it's black appropriation even to have a sexual fantasy about somebody that's African American or white if you got the opposite color skin. So, like, they're on the left, there's all these, like, SJW types. And people have called me an SJW, but I don't know, because, like, SJWs tend to be, like, huge-ass hypocrites. Like, if they're against, like, militantly against homophobia, I'm really for that. But you see, like, these white lesbian SJWs all the time that will, like, drop the N-word when they've never dated a black person because the black person would, like, say, don't say that, that's racist. Even the soft-core N-word is racist. But with a lot of, like, SJWs, they'll post, like, on and on about, like, one thing, like homophobia or racism, but they won't check their own narcissistic behavior or admit their own faults. You know what I mean? It's completely possible to be against all forms of bigot language and all forms of bigot behavior, and to admit that you probably have your own faults and that you should correct your faults. I will freely admit my faults, you know? But you see people that are narcissistic leveling ad hominem attack after ad hominem attack until you admit your faults, but they don't admit their own faults. So there's, like, all these sexual Puritans on the left that got their pet peeve when it comes to sex. Pet peeves of stuff that isn't even illegal. Pet peeves. That it's just gross behavior to them. But they don't check their own behavior. There's a lot of people that just, like, are totally against, like, say a 50-year-old man dating a 18-year-old young woman just cuz that irritates them. But then they'll go out and have a lot of unprotected gay sex, or they'll date black people or whatever. Or they'll be like millennials who date Zoomers, but they're against Generation X dating Zoomers. And they won't check their own shit. And it's hilarious to me how stupid, and I want to say stupid because ignorant means you don't know. Stupid means you know and just, you know, whatever to it. So that's goofy to me, how, like, SJWs are often the biggest hypocrites you will ever meet in your life. And it's usually only really in the United States, too. And they sound like Amish people if you realize that they're out there having tons and tons of sex while lambasting you for your sexual pleasures. Or they're not having sex at all, and they're atheist and proud, but they just don't have sex because sex is icky to them. So everybody that has sex is wrong, and they sound like they're Amish, even though they're not Christians. And they're anti-theist, like I am. So, I don't know. To me, that seems like telomere attrition. That just seems like ignorance or stupidity. It's got to do with something with the cerebellum, where you just, like, see evidence and ignore it, even though you'll accept evidence of other things. You cherry pickers. Atheists do it too. Like, atheists like me will demand evidence for every claim made, unless that claim will incriminate or dox somebody. That I understand why you would withhold evidence on stuff like that. But there are a lot of atheists out there that will just fill you full of false hope. Or have a hypocritical attitude towards things. And you could totally work on all of that at once. I love how if you go to Denmark and you're disabled, the government itself will pay prostitutes to have sex with you. Just Google that. I'm not gonna be like the nerd that shows like the facts and figures. That's not what I do. I like to keep things lo-fi and minimalistic. Just Google that. Because like if you're in a wheelchair or something, the government will say, well, you need some sexual healing. So we're going to pay you hookers to have sex with you because it's legal, or, you know, kind of looked away upon around like Amsterdam and Denmark and stuff like that. Spain, I think, might also have legal prostitution. I don't know if they have government-sponsored prostitution in Thailand or Spain, but they certainly do in Denmark. You could Google that quite easily. Take you 2 seconds. So, that's my view on SJWs and sexual Puritans. Like, there's elements of I'm definitely a leftist, and there's elements of things that I do like about the left camps. SJWs, I do like that they're standing up against bigotry, but they always seem to have like their pet peeve. Sexual Puritans, if they're hypocrites, no, they just shut up. Antifa, fine, I understand their battle sort of attitude, but the whole violent way of handling things is not right. You could easily just go up to a Republican and say, look, old man, you're a Republican, I'm a Democrat. Let's play a board game and not talk about politics. They're not out there to make friends. And Antifa are really stupid when it comes to that. Or they're just dumb, ignorant-wise. They just don't realize, well, I don't want to associate with a Republican. See, that's your problem. You have to make things all about politics all the time. That's not what leftism ought to be about. I mean, if you just go out and buy like a game like Glenmore, or Castles in Burgundy, or Tapestry, or ASL, or Sekigahara, or even a chess set, or a checkers set, or my game Cafeteria Uprising, or Tikal, or Alhambra, or The Colonists, or Feast for Odin, and get into the board game culture of non-violence, and just say, look, Republican, we're different, but let's sidestep that and hang out sometime. Make friends with people, you know? Say, look, you're different from me, let's go, I'll go buy you lunch at Denny's. Why they don't do that just means that they're stupid.